Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So yes, guys, live tonight, and I'm hitting the road tomorrow for Scarefest, but believe Todd...
Hitchhiking? Watch out for Rutger Hauer.
I always said I would do like backpacking across Europe. Never have. So I don't know.
So in other words, you got some Dan free shows to look forward to this weekend. So we have some friends coming back on. We're gonna have a special discount too from our friends. So you have to check us out Sunday.
That's interesting. Yes. So I don't know. It's okay. Dan free, but still awesome because I know who the guests are. So
well, you're going to represent us at the Screamfest, so behave.
Scarefest.
I'm sorry. Scarefest. See, you're already doing your job. Good job.
And you can go see Dan and get a flyer. I mean, if you're already listening, though, you don't really need a flyer. But
no, that's true. But you
can frame it and have Dan. No, don't even. Do not inflate his ego.
It's a nice one. Your flyer has a barcode on it, which is pretty cool.
Because it's for lazy fuckers who just need to fucking scan a QR code.
There you go. So if you don't want that, scan the QR code.
Yeah, then you have to carry it around.
If you're listening to us, you should be subscribed.
Dan should have just got a shirt with our fucking QR code on and wore it around.
Ooh. It's a good idea for a
Dan,
shirt.
You did. Well, of course it is. I thought of it.
You know what you need to do? We need to release shorts, and you can put the QR code on the dick.
Dan just wants flesh food shorts. That's it.
Is that what's holding you back, Dan? You want the onesie?
Right. I'll get some shorts in there with the QR code.
You can just see people all over the place, like scanning your crotch. It would be cool with their phones.
I mean,
some
people should have that.
Doesn't surprise me that you would come up with that.
Right.
I know, genius mind.
Hashtag cancel Dan.
Gonna have people doing like he's basically like the same thing as Joey Ryan right there.
Yeah,
so.
pretty much. Except Dan's don't flip anything.
I feel like we could have a fun reality show, me and Joey at the Jungle Cruise.
I agree.
That would be fun.
You're captain with that hat, so
there you go.
Ben Grimm, Dan with his flesh wound jorts. He needs to breathe apparently, so it's always
him and Caesar with the goddamn jorts. No, jorts is when Dan wants to dress up.
That is true.
You'll get. I don't know what jorts are exactly. I'm going to be honest.
Oh my god, are you fucking serious?
No one tell him. No,
I'm sorry.
All right, I don't wear jean shorts.
You're supposed to be smart.
Why did you just say jean shorts?
I would have went cargo pants, but
yeah, there you go, cargo pants. There you go.
I love how we're like at the top of the show, minimal bullshit. And
we're talking about jorts.
5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, we will have an after show today where we'll probably talk more about jorts, which is
Big Crack Rock. Oh, Ben Grimm, you both hide your lollipops in the same area. Big Crack Rock is on his Kanye West mode about the shorts, and yeah, no, well, they don't have to worry about the tip falling out.
All right,
Dan, didn't we have a couple shows yesterday too?
We did. All right. So first off, we will have an after show, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures, where you get more bullshit like this. And I'll talk a little more about Scarefest, because why not? And yes, 2 interview shows we had last night. If you didn't listen, I think they were really, really good. The Gear Brothers interview, they're the writers behind the Retaliators, but just great guys and
horror fans,
horror exploitation fans in general. We'll have to have them back on. We'll definitely have them back on.
I've already spoken with them, so yeah, we'll make
excellent.
It happen.
And don't forget VOD this Friday. They can watch their movie, and it's worth it.
Absolutely, yeah. Retaliators this Friday. Support them, and I'm amazed they haven't watched Fight for Your Life. So we help them discover a '70s classic. Also, The Munch. Check out an interview with XPW legend. He shares some stories that I thought were really funny. Yeah, you know, I've been procrastinating on packing, and then last night I'm like, man, this interview is fucking good. I can't drag myself away from it. So it's like just any like wrestling in Mexico stories are just hilarious. There are just so many awesome things. It's still the Wild West down there when it comes to wrestling, and it's listen to them both because they're well worth it. Todd, you saw
Slashtober returns tomorrow.
Slashtober returns tomorrow, and we're getting towards the end. There's a lot of fighting. So
yeah,
yes.
We got there'll be because there hasn't been any Patreon one just because the Rona put me back a little bit on it, but so I don't know if you're gonna get them early on the next few, but they will be coming soon. So
and Dan, you were about to ask Todd what he did this afternoon.
Yes, you went to the movies, Todd.
Yeah, which I said I was going to talk about in the other thing. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. But yes, I made my triumphant return. Got my negative test today, and
happy to hear it.
Yeah, I went to see Halloween Kills in IMAX before Black Adam takes over everything tomorrow.
And you got the Rona again.
But like there's like 5 other people in there with me, like in front of me, a nice little Mexican family. And the little fucking girl kept standing on her seat, like get in the middle of the screen. I was like, and then like she kept doing it.
You tried to cough on her?
No, I just tried to get her attention, make sure she knew she was in there, and then she just fucking kept doing it. So I just stared, waiting for it. I was like, "You sit down." She stopped. So
if you don't sit down, I know Dan.
Oh, I have a neighborhood Karen story, but I'll save it for kind of relevant to that. So I'll save it for the after show. It's pretty.
Oh, but I have to tell mine now.
No, I didn't know you would. Okay. Oh, damn.
Go ahead.
All right, he'll elaborate on the movie he saw in the after show. So, anyways, all right, enough bullshitting as I fumble for my notes.
What's up, Jessica? Howdy.
What's up,
Jess? Oh, God damn it. All right.
So, Todd, how did that popcorn smell walking in? You can smell it, right?
I never lost my sense of smell or taste. My sense of smell has always been a little weaker, which is nice when you're hanging out with Dan. But
I can attest.
Your Axe body spray is strong.
Why do you keep? It's not Axe. You keep saying Axe. It's not Axe. It's other body spray.
Are you a horror fan or not? It should be an Axe, you asshole.
And when you were here, it was Axe body spray. So I don't know if you've.
Well, yeah, you gotta take that's easier to take with you. Little, But what's wrong with Axe? Axe smells nice.
Well, you know what? We'll save this. I don't want to have this conversation again.
Everybody's gonna want to. I smell wonderful, and you'll find out it's Scarefest.
My fight is back, so Dan. So don't.
All right. Well, on that note, we will get into our movie reviews for the evening, which our first one from first-time director Bill Posley, B1tch ASS. And in B1tch ASS, a gang initiation goes wrong when a group of 4 recruits break into a house of horror, as they're all forced to play deadly games for their lives. Win and you live, lose and you die. All right. So yeah, this one takes place in 1999 and jumps back to 1980, and it's kind of a weird. It's kind of like a Saw revenge story. Meets
Jigsoft.
There you go. Meets Tales from the Hood. It opens up with Tony Todd, always a good thing, talking about all of these classics, Candyman, Tales from the Hood, and referencing all that. Always a big mistake. Never reference movies that are much better than what you're about to watch. I've seen that a lot this year in particular for some reason. And this claims to be the first black masked serial killer movie. That's kind of the gimmick. I don't really necessarily think that is true, but they are rare.
Did Axum have a mask? I can't remember. Just couldn't see anything.
Yeah, maybe Axum I'll give that we should all
don't
just
think so.
forget.
I don't either.
But yeah, it's an homage to kind of those '90s movies, Tales from the Hood. We've talked about it before. There was just a ton of those. Leprechaun in the Hood, of course, too. So Todd, as our resident bitch ass, I screwed that up. Sorry, but I tried.
Yeah, you fucked it up, Dan. So go ahead. Your bitch ass
tried.
did it. You're up.
Blew the spot.
That's right. I blew the spot.
You want
We
to
need
get
to
fucked
get
up,
you.
Trent?
We need a you fucked up thing. Yeah.
Well, hey Dan. Well, we just need to know. Do you give it your hood approval?
I do not.
Is it the
I
Hood
do not.
Classic?
So it's not a hooded classic. Well, that's sex. I'll
not.
go if you want, because I think I might be
Okay.
the leanest, nicest one here, surprisingly.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else, but go.
Don't dangle that shit in front of me. I'm behaving.
You're playing with fire up there, motherfucker.
I stopped at Jigsaw.
That's what he was going to.
If this was like Spiral from the Book of Saw, I would probably enjoy this a whole lot more because I still hate that other fucking movie. I will say I did have a good time with it, despite my disappointments. And my disappointments is that they go right up to the line and don't pass how violent and gory it should be and could be. I like this big, hulking, nice dude. Although, two sides to every coin. He has a bad side to him, and that part's cool. I like the fact that they incorporate these games. And I was having a hard time with some of the screen, how they decided to use like split screens and stuff until like it clicked because there's like a Rubik's Cube. Like it fit the story. So I was like, oh, that's kind of clever. But don't forget to deliver the gore. Well, they did, but I still had fun, enough fun with it to be like, it's definitely a one-time watch. If they want to try to make a bitch ass 2 and go like the Terrifier route, where it's just like, fuck it, let's just go and deliver the goods, this could be so much fucking better. But I had fun with it.
Did you like how they kind of just ripped off popular? Like you had the Plinko, thing. Then you had Battleship. Like he really wasn't this genius who was creating like new stuff, which kind of made me laugh.
Well, I think that was kind of the thing because he was like a kid.
He was Arrested Development, stunted at birth, and like the grandmother raising him. Like it all worked. Yeah. It should have been better. So, but I think it's fine for at least a one-time watch.
I was more engaged with the stuff in 1980. I thought like that acting was a little more compelling. You get to 99. The lead actor is like physically imposing, but he wasn't a great actor, and that's the problem. Acting on a lot. Yeah.
I also took offense with them shitting on his fucking suit. I'm like, you guys hating on a man dressed in fly as fuck? Like, come on, he looked good. But yeah, it's not great, but I do think it's worth your time. Wait for a sale, I would say. No, not full price. Kruger.
Yeah,
get your knee ready.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of this one, really. It felt like one of the like bad Tales from the Hood episode or movies that we got. Like it felt like one of those segments that were just lackluster going out through the whole thing. I mean, when you have a slasher movie and I heard quite a bit of hype. I can't remember what festival this was played at, but whenever the initial reviews came out about it, it sounded like this was going to be really something fun. And what we got was just a really lackluster slasher. None of the kills really were good at all. I did like the look of the killer and his backstory. He is a sympathetic character, but when him playing the games and the way all of that was fleshed out, I wasn't a big fan. And then the final act and the way everything kind of comes together, I kind of was just waiting for the movie to end and was clock watching through probably the last 30 minutes. I can see maybe some people enjoying it, but for me, I'm a hardcore slasher, Mark, and this didn't give me anything I wanted.
Too soft for you, right? Because like that's what kept coming to mind. It's like, this is jig soft. Yeah. Get hard.
There were also moments where I don't feel they necessarily had to participate in the moment. Like, no, I've got some reach between you and me. Granted, very physically imposing dude that's probably going to kick your ass, but I don't think I'm sticking my head in the Plinko decapitation machine. It's like, nah, just come kill me, come fuck me up, whatever.
It wasn't really voluntary, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like there were moments where he wasn't really armed. I think you take your chances. I don't know. I had a few issues like that.
My other problem too was like when with the 4 kids that initially go into the house to, you know, rob it or whatever. I didn't like any of them either. And
the giant baby from Cleveland, like that's a living embodiment of that cartoon. That was distracting. I'm sorry, Kruger, go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything else.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. There were moments like at first, and I agree, Kruger. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a long 90 minutes. Then I kind of got into the story a little bit. It's very much a low budget first time feature, and yeah, I just wasn't compelled enough. I felt like maybe the revenge could have been a little more savage, particularly on one character in particular. It seems like they might be setting this up for sequels. You know what? I'd watch Bitch Ass too. Maybe it'll be a case where
Bitch Asses.
Bitch Asses. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. It's a miss for me, but this director I think probably has some talent, and I'd be curious to see his next film. Yeah.
Todd?
Yeah, I'm with Pug. See, I don't know if it's Kruger just like set that bar so low for us. Like it's like this thing's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, we didn't mention that up top. Kruger went to town on this one at first. I was like,
I may have had a couple of drinks in me.
So I was expecting that, but yeah, what I got, it was fun. It was I was into the story. Like I like the simplicity of the games. I mean, versus like. It is, yeah. It's kind of like, yeah, their version of Saw.
And that my problem was it just kind of made me want to watch Saw because you know that actually delivered the goods when it comes to gore and kills and stuff.
Yeah, that's the issue too. There's a lot of very similar movies. I mean, it's not even.
A lot of them aren't urban though, so that's the audience they're going for. Which is also I don't know where this festival was, but if it was populated with that audience, they get hyped. They get excited.
Sure. I've certainly seen worse. I mean, some of the stuff that I think the director was playing homage to from the like 90s. There were some really bad like movies that came out in the 90s that he's so it's not the worst of the worst, but like I said, there's just so many Saw ripoffs that I think are a better time than this. So I don't know. I don't want to be too harsh, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. I'm a 1.5.
All right.
I'm a 1 out of 5.
All right. I am a 2.5 out of 5.
I'm also dead in the middle of 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Not a raving review, but it's not a terrible one. Well, no, it's kind of terrible.
We both said it's average, so
yeah.
It's a bitch ass review. What can we say?
We're gonna wake up having to play fucking Connect 4 or some shit.
Yeah, just don't have bitch ass kills in your slasher, and everything would have been fine.
There you go. All right. Moving on to our next film, which I'm very curious to talk about. It is a Spanish horror film from writer-director Carlotta Pereda, and it is Piggy. An overweight teen, you are the problem, Pugs. An overweight teen is bullied by a clique
now.
An overweight teen is bullied by a clique of cool girls poolside while holidaying in her village. The long walk home will change the rest of her life. All right, so Piggy. This is I heard really good buzz out of I think Fantastic Fest where this must have debuted, and I was pretty excited. I kind of forgot about it. Then when I saw, I was really excited. It's a coming of age kind of serial killer thriller movie. that has a kind of a strong Carrie feel, kind of a modern Carrie. Once again, I'm looking at this and thinking, like, I've seen so many like bullying themed horror films that drop the ball here in the US. It's once again doing it better.
Oh, we have school shooters,
overseas.
sir.
Well, there you go.
Shooting all the bullies.
It would have ended a little fast. That's like horrible, Bugs. That making you laugh to where you got to mute. Jesus Christ. What an asshole. Yes, that is true. So first off, I just want to say lead actress Laura Galan, who plays Sarah, is amazing. She's, I'm assuming, kind of supposed to be a teenager. The actress is 36, which it's kind of pulling a Carolyn Monroe Slaughter high there, but that's great. She was sympathetic, realistic. Some of the moments with her mom, there is a little bit of humor here at times. It is there, but yeah, you just bought her as just like a trapped, depressed girl. The bullying at the beginning.
Dude, I wanted to give her a hug so fucking bad and just fuck these bitches, dude. You're our king.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be really careful not to spoil it, but like I said, there's a serial killer element, and when that character is introduced, it just throws her life into a living hell, just chaos. And there's moments where I was like really kind of screaming at the screen.
Really?
Not to give any. Oh no, in a good way.
No, I know.
Like just fuck them up. I would have cut the ending a little bit earlier, and I like the ending a lot. I just think the last little bit was unnecessary. Just me. It's not a big deal. I just felt like, no, you're good. Just end right there. This movie kicked my ass. I absolutely loved it. The acting from top to bottom. The mom was amazing. The dad. It doesn't go like I said. It doesn't go. It's fairly realistic. It's like they I don't think they have any idea who their daughter is. They don't understand her at all. I think it's a pretty good. Anybody can find themselves in it, even if you weren't bullied. Just teenage angst. I think this just nailed it perfect with her. And there's some pretty intense moments. You won't necessarily know where this movie's going to go at the end. And it was a fucking ride, man. Once again, 2022, just the year of foreign horror for me. It really is. I don't know whether it will be a sweep at the end of the year for me, but there's going to be a lot of foreign horror movies in my top 10. Hit a home run. So hot tag, whoever wants to go. Hit a home run for me.
Kruger, go for it, dude.
Yeah, so I had heard about this movie a while back, and I was very excited. I think you nailed most of what I was going to say, Dan. Like, the acting is great. The main girl is so sympathetic. And, if you were ever a bullied kid or a fat kid growing up, this type of situation. And her relationship with her mom, just it pissed me off so bad. I wanted to smack her mom so many goddamn times. And with the bullies, the only complaint I really had is I wanted to see them get, a little bit more fucked up in certain areas. And this movie isn't, a gore fest or anything like that, but it is a great story and really, really well told, well acted. And I was, I really don't think I could stroke it off any more than Dan did, but I had a good time with it.
Count me in with these two, because I thought this was superb. It's fucking fantastic. The lead actress, again, I wanted to give her a hug. Man, she's outstanding. I hope she wins some type of an award. She gains some acknowledgement, and I want to see like the rest of her catalog. And not to take anything away from the rest of the cast, because everyone brought their fucking A game, coming from the cops, the kids, the guy she has a crush on, the killer. Man, this was just a good fucking time and a breeze. I'm with you guys. Or Dan, this will probably end up in my top 10. I think it's fucking fantastic.
And it's
the bullying scenes Yeah, they're fucking rad. There's a scene that was, I would have had more enjoyment if it would have been a middle finger instead of a wave, but I get it. Totally cool.
It wouldn't have made sense though. I know what you mean.
I know we'll get into spoilers, but I was like, fuck all these motherfuckers. But also their pool, their style of pool, the cement stuff. Fuck yes, that looks awesome.
Spain is beautiful, man. Yeah, the bullying is rough. Like at the beginning, I guess I will say if anybody has like been through like particularly rough, I don't know if I'm going to say trigger. I mean,
you don't want to cave.
If you've listened to Pugs, you're trigger free. I think probably. Yeah, no, but it's so effective, and I just really felt bad because like she, again, not to give too much away, but she finds something, but that she's been searching for, and of course it's just this impossibly fucked up situation. Oh man, I love this movie. I just fucking loved it. It is a short film, by the way, if you want to, and I believe the short film's online. This expands on it, but same actress too, so it's worth watching.
Perfect. Todd, there was a movie I told you to watch. We can get into that in spoilers. I don't know if you did it, but it's in the same vein.
All right. Well, I still haven't.
Okay.
I totally forgot you brought it up right now.
That's cool.
Well, not enough band bullies, but other than that.
That's because it makes sense in Spain.
They're much better. I told you I got my fight back, Dan. Don't make. There we go. He's quiet now. All right. Okay. You had your turn to talk, Dan. Now it's mine. Everyone's in the wrong spot, but it was.
There we go. Hey, it's like bitch ass.
No, yeah, I love this one. I kind of figured going in, like from the stuff I'd seen, I was going to have fun with it, and I did. I don't know if fun's the right word, but I had a good time with it. Yeah. I will say, Dan, it was a Sundance selection, so it's a bit of a bigger festival there, Dan.
All right, I think it was at Fantastic Fest too, but yeah.
Could have been both, but yeah. You guys already stroked it. Count me in. Yeah.
And I'm glad you said she was 30 something because not big girl, but everywhere feels like titty.
Jesus Christ.
Is that wrong?
No, but that's the most romantic thing.
I've never seen it put that
way. And less wrinkles. Well, you don't see the wrinkles.
There you
go. Yeah. Shall we rate this? Because
before we
go further.
It's a 5 for me. I had that one like little tiny complaint, but it's not major. It really is a 5. I want to watch it again, and that's the sign of a good movie because I don't have time to watch a lot of stuff over again now. So yeah, 5.
I'm also a 5.
I'm a 3.5 out of 5.
All right. I am a 5 out of 5. This is fucking great.
All right, sweet.
There we go. And Laura Galan. I don't know whether she's going to start appearing in a ton of horror movies, but I hope so. Just another great performance. If there were horror Oscars, she certainly deserves a nomination.
She's in some Netflix movie, Unknown Origins.
I might check it out just for her at this point.
The Shutter, Finger a Chainsaw, fucking
TVMA, so it may be worth something.
Yeah, nominate somebody that deserves it. Chainsaw Awards, god damn it. We're gonna start the fleshies. We're gonna make a deal with Screambox. The fleshies. There you go. Fleshies.
I don't hate it. We can have it sponsored by Fleshlight. Everyone gets a fucking Fleshlight.
It's gold. There you go. It's like gold. You get a gold Fleshlight.
There you go.
Yes. We'll give you
I'm shocked Dan did not try to put himself over and say little gold hats. I'm really shocked at that. I legitimately am.
That's the Lifetime Achievement Award. You get the gold hat.
Oh, no. We know what that statue looks like.
Hold on a second. This movie just bumped up.
Yeah.
Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm said Unknown Origin is awesome. It's like 7, but with comic book origins instead of 7 deadly sins. I'll be adding that to my queue.
Nice.
Good looking.
Good recommendation. All right. Well, let's see. Moving on to the next film, another one I've been wanting to watch for a little while. Tiny Cinema from director Tyler Cornack, the director of Butt Boy.
Love that fucking movie.
And in this one, a
Not to be
mysterious...
confused with our butt boy, Dan.
Fuck you, Todd.
Hey, you tried to slip in that bitch ass. That's just called a receipt, motherfucker.
All right. Receipt given. All right. A mysterious stranger tells the twisted tale of seemingly unconnected strangers caught in a series of otherworldly events whose lives will change in incredible ways forever. So I know that doesn't give away a whole lot. This is an anthology. Just going to say a couple things before I make a tag here. The host, played by Paul Ford, is a dead ringer for Michael J. Anderson, who played the dwarf in Twin Peaks. Also Carnival, one of my favorite short-lived shows ever. To the point that I thought it was him at first.
It wasn't him? See, I didn't even realize it wasn't.
No, not him, but goddamn, like it looks...
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly. Dead ringer, because something maybe felt a little off, and I was looking at the cast, because I haven't seen Michael J. Anderson in anything in a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's not him? Good Lord. So, yeah, I've got a lot to say about this one, but I will tag.
Indie Phantom said, I had some fun with Tiny Cinema. That's what she said.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Hot tag whoever wants to jump in.
Go for it, Kruger.
Sure. Well, I'll say this. If you liked Butt Boy, I think like the weird humor is definitely like you see it in this anthology. I like the host a lot. There's a couple of segments that I wasn't crazy about, and there's some that are better than others. Like I really thought that the segment Bust was just hilarious where this guy's friends are trying to help him come.
True friendship.
They fucking relive out this weird thing where he was getting robbed, and it's just batshit insanity throughout this thing. But that one was definitely a favorite. I also really, really liked Edna, which was the concept, like this concept of this lonely woman finding a dead body and dating it. Very, very cool, and there was a nice homage to one of my favorite horror movies of all time in there as well. So love that. But Deep Impact, I wasn't a fan of that segment really much at all. Motherfuckers started out awesome because, you know, I love these Italian goofballs. But then with the ending, like I was hoping for a little more than the bizarreness that we did get. And the last segment, Daddy's Home, I thought kind of, you know, we could have had something stronger at the end. But overall, I mean, I did have fun with it to a certain extent. Couple of these segments I think are definitely worth watching the whole movie for, but not going to be for everybody. And watch Butt Boy first, and if you liked what you saw in Butt Boy, then maybe you'll like what you saw in
I'm surprised Deep Impact wasn't a bigger one. I'm not to give anything away, but I'm just going to quote it: "Another day, another cream pie."
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
I laughed like fucking ass. I'm getting ahead of myself though. Pugs. I predict a sweep on this, but I don't know. We'll see.
No, it's pretty great. I absolutely adored this. The host, I was instantly in. It felt like one of those Allstate commercials. He's just like breaking the fourth wall, talking to me. I'm like, yeah, we're buddies. Tell me stories. And the stories this motherfucker tells me. Incredible. That's what she said. Fucking had me rolling. I think it's brilliant that they made a fucking mini movie out of that fucking joke. That's incredible. High five alone for that. But my all-time favorite in this is Bust. I could not believe what they were going through. And like, just that is true friendship. And I do that for you guys. So yes. This is a must watch. I can't say anything like start laughing. I can't do it with a straight face. It's just a good fucking time. And all the stories that aren't up to par, like with Bust and that's what she said. It's worth the ride by all means.
Get this cream cheese factory going.
I think we might have to do the bus scenario with Dan at some point. I'm just saying.
I just love that. The stories are good. Like the idea that like the dude just can't come unless there's like a robbery.
Yeah.
Easy. But,
Well, no, the whole thing was he
Oh,
had
that's
never
be
came.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had never came, but the only time he came close was when he was being robbed.
They're like coming in with like shotguns. It's not working, guys.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
There are people that are going to think this movie is stupid.
The
but-
dumbest shit in the world. But I mean, it
But
by the
clever.
director of Butt Boy, for fuck's sake.
Right.
But
That would've
good
been a
stories though too. Like they're very clever stories. It's not just random stupidity. The
Yeah.
stories are good. I wouldn't even say horror anthology per se. Bizarro anthology. is
I mean,
probably a
there's at
better-
least a segment in there, or a couple segments that I would consider horror. But yeah, just a fucking weird ass anthology movie.
yeah, weird. Yeah, weird as fuck. Todd, how about you?
Yeah, I we've already talked about the last segment. There's a couple weaker ones, but overall, I mean, I was never bored. I was never checking my phone. It was, and that's, with a lot of anthologies, you can have a little shortcomings here and there. But yeah, I love this one. That's what she said. It's already came up and bust. Yeah, I can't. How do I say this? Well, I'll say it in spoilers. Never mind.
You can't come. No, I hate to think what we'd have to do or set up for you. This one,
I got
From
you,
the-
Todd.
I think I loved every segment. I might have rearranged them a little bit, closed with something different. Motherfucker is probably, but it's not even weak because I was laughing during that one too. That was probably the most simplistic. But you're right, Kruger. I think could have had a more interesting cap off. I mean, it's all in the name, pretty much. I love the opener, and I don't want to get these names. Game night, like you said, they turned That's What She Said into a short movie, and it just works so well. Did you enjoy the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation homage in that?
Yeah.
I am she. That was so good. This is one of my favorite anthologies in a while. From beginning to end. It is bizarre as fuck. I don't know that it's going to connect with everybody, but it is a true cult film, cult classic.
No, it's a cult film, Dan. Don't jump ahead of the.
I'm going to say cult classic. This one
Didn't we just have an argument of this word being overused, and now you're doing it yourself?
Well, it deserves it, unlike other movies.
That's because he just decreed it.
I know.
Fuck. You know what? And I'm dead.
I got my finger on the mute button today, Dan. Don't fuck with me.
I want to bring the Blu-ray to Scarefest because I know, believe Jonathan, friend of the show, is bringing a projector. We should watch Tiny Cinema together. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing it. It might be a fun one.
You're gonna try that. It's hinting at helping them make you, bust.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
will they do that for you, Dan?
I was gonna say this is his hint to try to get them to help him come.
If a bunch of 7-Elevens get robbed in Lexington this weekend, well, you'll
All
know.
the cowboy hats are missing and shit.
Outback hat. It's not a cowboy hat. It's an outback.
Shut up, Dan. No one cares.
Different. It's an outback hat. It is different,
Australian
though.
cowboy, same shit.
Yeah, right?
No, it's not.
That's
It's
not a
different.
knife. This a knife.
Outback hat. So
Steakhouse.
Dan likes it out back.
Jesus
fuck
Christ.
you, Todd. Oh yeah, man. You should all check this one out. If nothing else, watch it with a bunch of friends. And even if you don't like it, it'll probably be a fun experience. Get yelled at, maybe. I don't know, depending on your.
Why'd you make me watch that? That's what she said.
I look like Ben fucking Franklin. All right. We can't quote everything in the movie.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and rate it. Kruger, what say you?
3 out of 5, but there's room to grow. You got me with the fucking Ben Franklin line. Because I just pictured his fucking stupid face.
I'm gonna do it. It's a 5. I was sitting at a 4.5 until this conversation. But it's just too good. 5 out of 5.
I'm at a 4.
Okay.
I'm a 4.5.
You pussies.
A couple of the stories were not quite class, but for an anthology, fuck.
You know
yeah,
what? For Crappy Christmas, I gave a whole movie a 5, and I didn't like most of it. But Crappy Christmas is the shit. So this 5.
That 2 minutes of debauchery was enough for
Right? To sit through the other 3 hours.
Yeah, that shit was long as fuck.
I don't split up movies, and I split that one up.
They should have made it like a 2-parter.
Right.
All right. So our
We got one more.
our final movie. We're moving along fast tonight. Like I said, once again, we will be doing an after show, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures, and we'll try and remember what we were supposed to talk about, but we will be there. And next up, we have from director Kevin Lewis of Willy's Wonderland fame, The Accursed. And in this one, Ellie is asked by a family friend, played by Mina Subari, to look after an elderly woman living in a remote cabin for a few days. She agrees, but soon discovers there is a demon hiding in the woman just waiting to break free. All right, hot tag. Who wants it?
Go for it, Kruger.
I'm sure. I love Meg Foster, and I thought the opening scene of this movie, she was awesome in it. Unfortunately, we don't really get like a lot of her character though throughout the story because she's kind of in like this comatose state. But there is some cool and like grotesque body horror that we get with the demon that is possessing her, and awesome creature effect at the end featuring Twisty Troy, which every time he's in a movie, I'm always popping. Even if the movie sucks, he always adds something to it, and that's kind of the case in this movie because everything else I felt was honestly really underwhelming. Maybe it's just because Willy's Wonderland was, I think it was in my top 5 last year. One of my favorites from 2021. So I went into this with really, really high expectations. And I just thought the story was kind of underwhelming and lackluster at times. And there was parts that just kind of dragged on, but it did bring it home with a decent final act. So I can give it that. But as a whole, it's not anything I would rewatch or give my full stamp of approval on. I was expecting a lot more out of, somebody who made something I liked so much before. But if you're into demon movies and possession movies and stuff, you could do worse. I'll give it that compliment.
That's pretty fair. Because I'm right there with you, dude. I think it's bookended masterfully. It opens up amazing, and it fucking closes so strong. There's some images that I'm shocked it's taken this long to hit screen, because that is cool as fuck. Everything in the middle, just serviceable. I wish I liked it more, because everyone did, I would say, a really good job, but this movie deserved a great job. So, unfortunately, middle's a bit rough, but, dude, bookends, that was really cool. So I would say that alone is worth your time.
Would have been a much better short, like in an anthology or something like that.
Even the child actress, she was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, all the I had no problem with the acting. It was just a story when you're following around the two friends for that little bit, and then once we get to the cabin area, it just was kind of boring and stuff that you've seen done 1,000 times before. And I wish they would have went with something a little bit different, but it definitely brings it home if you can last that long.
And I think this is the coolest Mina whatever her fucking name is.
Mina Subari.
I think this is the coolest she's ever been. Like, I want her to do more horror now just because of this performance.
She's actually popping up in a bunch of horror lately.
She's good. Like, I didn't know she had that in her.
She's a good actress. It's weird though seeing her, and she's still beautiful, but it's weird seeing her age. Yeah, it's just strange. It's like, no, you're not old. You're American Pie. What's going on here?
Yeah, it was fucking over
she's
20 years ago.
yeah, she's older than me. She's probably not much older, but she is older than me. Todd, you're muted.
Muted. You're muted, Todd.
I said it's probably better.
Oh, really?
I was so well, yeah. Fucking, I hated her then. I hate her now. I just want to punch her in the. Yeah, she's on my fucking
Why?
list. Yes.
American fucking Beauty, Todd.
Stuart Birch is in that.
Stuart Gordon stuck. She's
Yeah,
done great work.
okay,
And
I
she-
understand, but I don't like her. Never have.
Yeah,
Should have gave Oz the pussy. I'm just gonna say. No.
she did. Made him work hard for
she
it,
made
though.
him. Yeah, fuck all that.
I'm with you there. You and your 5 head can relax.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I was bored. Yeah, there was cool stuff in the images in the beginning and end, but I was fucking not. Yeah, this wasn't for me.
Okay.
So first off, I want to say there is another Accursed that came out in the last year with the NC Butler and Melora Walters, I believe. Don't confuse them, because I think when I got this to review, I was just like, where the fuck is the NC Butler? And no offense to Meg Foster, because it sounds horrible, but I was like, is that Yancey Butler? Witchblade? Yeah, no. Then I was like, okay, this is not that Accursed. So this one's weird because there's some moments where it's actually pretty damn good, but the story is a real mess. It's very, very convoluted, and a big bad that pops up and throws fucking apples at you. Like it just like any moment where I'm like kind of getting into it, I'm like, it does something fucking stupid. Like
You're
that.
right.
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, hold up, guys, this looks fucking dumb. Let's not put this in the movie. Let's come up with some other way for it to pop.
Did you
out.
not get Winona
Hey,
Ryder doing the dance at the end of Beetlejuice in that the first time she threw the apple? Shake, 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 Shinora.
Now I picture it. Yeah, the acting, it's kind of like a mixed bag for me. Like some people were bringing their A game, others weren't. Mina's a great actress, beautiful girl with a normal forehead.
No, don't be lying on the show, dude.
Oh, is this gonna be your new skeleton?
No, nobody. Feruza Balk is the most beautiful woman to ever
Jesus
walk the
Christ.
face of the fucking
Back in
earth.
1996, I will 100% agree with you.
Still, you fuck.
Pre-2000s. Yeah.
So, yes, I don't know. This one was weird for me. There are some really solid special effects. The hand coming out of the mouth. Like you said, Meg Foster's really good. She always is, but she's comatose. So, I don't know. Like I was kind of engaged. Then it would throw something really stupid, like the apples literally thrown right at my face. But it's well made. Like I think Kevin Lewis is a good director. This one just, I don't know. There was just too much dumb to bog down the good stuff. I did find the one she's an irrelevant character, but the lady cop scene, I thought that was kind of funny. That made me laugh. I was never like, I don't know. It has some atmosphere, but I was never like unnerved by it. And it's just a horror movie that doesn't quite come to life. And it's a shame because, you have a very game Mina Suvari and the ending, which I'm not sure if I totally got, but again, some good imagery. As a whole, this was kind of a disappointment, but I had no expectations going in. It just,
What could have been?
Mess of a story. And, but some of you might like this. I'm kind of curious with this one. If you did like it, as always, please weigh in the comments.
I'm pretty sure the casual fan might be like, oh, this is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, could have used, I don't know, touch up on the script. And I thought the lead, and that's always an issue sometimes, the lead wasn't as good as a lot of the side actors.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, and the opening mother-daughter, they are actually mother-daughter, which I actually thought was kind of cool. Seen that a lot recently also. All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and just review this one. Rate this one. We already reviewed it. Fuck. I'm a 2 because there's moments with this one where I really kind of was enjoying it. It doesn't come together. So I'm a 2. What say you guys?
Yeah, I'm a 2 out of 5 as well. I wish I could go higher, especially for the awesome Demon and Twisty Troy, but unfortunately, I can't. So 2 out of 5.
Well, I'll go a little higher for you, Mr. Kruger, because the opening scene and then the last scene in the hospital. Jesus Christ, that was rad. 3 out of 5 for me.
I'm a 1.
Oh, Todd, really? You really hate Mina that much? God.
Well, no, I mean that was.
Didn't have a good time watching it.
Yeah, I said from the beginning. I was just like, ugh.
If she were Feruza, I probably would have given it a 3.
I would have probably liked it better if it was. I won't argue with that.
Well, yeah, more horror props. A fucking living skeleton in there.
Yeah, right. You don't see that in the movie. A skeleton is the lead. So
fuck you.
Ben Grimm, Waterboy Feruza. I agree.
Yeah. Dan's more Return to Oz, but
fuck you, Todd. Yeah, no,
why you hate that Return to Oz?
This one just kind of disappointed me because I don't know. They just didn't bring it home. But we had a good night, I think. Tiny Cinema and Piggy. I mean,
yeah.
Wow. So yes. Well, I guess on that note, guys, before we bow out here to go to Patreon,
don't we have some spoilers?
Spoilers, right?
Oh, we do. All right. Well, before we do, spoilers,
did we? I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think we probably do. Before we do spoilers, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. Almost right after we wrap, we'll go over there for an after show, talk Karens and Scarefest, Todd's movie experience, all that good stuff.
I think I already told my movie experience.
Weren't you going to elaborate on the movie itself?
No, I said if you wanted to know if it's changed, I would. But
yeah, we'll do that in this.
But I'm just going to get yelled at. We'll just leave it there.
All right.
Todd?
Well,
that's up to you guys. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk whatever.
We'll talk Chucky though first.
Okay. Yeah. Did you watch it, Dan?
I did. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we'll talk it real quick.
We'll talk a little bit about where we're at on Chucky season 2 as well. All right. So yes, spoiler warning.
All right. Spoilers. I just realized we normally do TV Terror Talk before spoilers, but whatever. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought we were doing it in the.
Let's do spoilers and then we'll do.
We're all over the map today, but that's okay. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, because Chucky wasn't in the description. No, I didn't think you were going to watch it, Kruger. You said you were afraid to, so I guess that's my first question. Was your fear correct?
I'm still not into this one. I really wish that I could like this season, but it like the first episode of season 1 I thought was good, but not great. But then every episode after that, it just got better and better and better and better. And we're 2 episodes in, and I'm not having a really good time. I love Jennifer Tilly, and I love what's going on with her and Mina. Is it Mina?
Or Mika.
Mika. I always get that shit mixed up. I do like what's going on between them, but everything going on with the kids and the Catholic school is just I'm not really into it. And why the fuck did they bring Devon Sawa back again?
Because he likes to use the same actors over and over. So well, here's what's funny. I'll tell you this real quick. See, it's weird, isn't it? But when we were growing up, or at least me, on television shows, we have the same people return as guest stars over and over.
Law and Order still does that.
Yeah, there you go. So
I like that
everybody in that fucking show at this point.
I like that they acknowledged it though. Like that guy kind of looks like my dad. Like at least they didn't leave it on the table. I do think this episode was an improvement from the first episode, but not by much. I do want to spend more time with Jennifer Tilly. She's fucking rad. I want to see where that goes, but I really hope they pick up the pace fairly soon because you're losing me, and I don't want this to feel like something I have to do. I want to enjoy a show with Chucky. So up your shit.
They're keeping me waiting for Glenn and Glenda, so that has my attention.
I'm excited for that for sure, especially considering I do like See the Chucky quite a bit.
I'm kind of at this point, and I sort of predicted it, and I'm not saying they're there yet, but there's just maybe only so much mileage you can get out of a Chucky TV series.
See, I think
And
that's the fact you don't like where they're going. I think they still have tons of stuff they can do.
There's things they can do. I just think some of the novelty is going to wear off more and more. I do think they're dragging their feet a bit this season. We'll see. They're only 2 episodes in. I mean, I'm gonna go through it because I like the franchise, and it's a continuation of the franchise. Like I always say, we've got the remake, but everything else is you can watch it back to back. It all connects, and I think that's awesome. Right now, it's not been a great season. They haven't done anything to completely drop the ball. I just feel like they are dragging their feet.
I think the kills are very, very lackluster too. And right out the gate with Chucky, season 1, we had. I mean, even though it wasn't the greatest kill, we got to see that dad die by Chucky spitting the alcohol on him and electrocuting him and shit. And the imagery was hilarious. It's just Chucky's fucking goofy face as he's. And then the second episode, we got the kitchen, the dishwasher kill.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that.
And just as of right now, I mean, the bomb thing that was kind of off screen didn't really do much for me. I mean, great, you killed a kid, but I want to see it or at least have something cooler happen. And then the second, I can't even remember what the fuck was the kill in this one, or it was. I
just remember Jennifer Tilly wiping up blood.
He scared the nun.
Oh yeah. I think she killed the. He scared.
See, that's a fucking problem. We don't remember.
I just saw it. And I was like, "Fuck!" I had to look at my notes to even remember what happened exactly.
Yeah, and season 1, I mean, there's so many. Off the top of my head, there's 5 kills I vividly remember from it. So they need to pick it up there. But hopefully, with Glenn and Glenda coming in. To play with the story, I'm going to start having a better time. But right now, hoping for the best.
See, I'm still going to get names as Glenn and Glenda. Are we going to have a?
I don't think so.
Franchise
casting
name.
Yeah.
We'll find a new episode tonight, so we'll find out.
I'm curious about where they're going with the I guess the Chucky scouts that are coming out to build information. Mm-hmm. So I'm just interested in where we're going. It's I think it's hard because season 1 started off and just kept running, but this one's trying to build to something, and the other one you had legacy characters showing up. There was a lot more happening. So and it's the kids discovering Chucky. So now that we're already there, it feels like I don't know another way to keep it with that momentum as the first one. It just seems impossible, really.
Yeah, Chucky's not been that interesting. I think you're right. The Tilly stuff's the most intriguing. Boxing Elena.
Yeah. Ben Grimm says at the end of Seed, they were put into 2 kids. Are they back into one doll body? No, 2 people showed up at the end. So
yeah, it looked like you had 2 sets of feet, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Probably by the end of the season, they'll be back as dolls. I would imagine.
They're both played by Devin Sawa.
But I
think the life force might be draining out of this one a little bit.
I hope not. I hope they get to a place where I'm having a good time again.
Me too.
And we all are. So
yeah, we'll see. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just might be one of those ones if you can push it to a third, you may be wanting to end it at that point because I don't see this going again. 3 might be pushing it now, so we'll see.
We're only 2 episodes in though, too. So
yeah, just not been a great 2 episodes.
But. Is the season 8 or 10?
I'd have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head.
All right.
But was last season 10? I don't remember. But do we have spoilers on any of the films?
Probably just Piggy, I guess. Which I would have cut off that little bit with the bike and everything. I was like, no, just have her walk. That's perfect. And man, when she started crying over the killer, because it's man,
He was kind to her at first, man. Like that's
you
my buddy.
find love, and then you gotta save these fucking assholes that made your life a living hell. One of which
have to.
you didn't have to.
Batman Begins. I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. And I wish she would have fucking listened. Fuck those bitches, especially the fucking blonde one that was like half
Still
nice to her.
talking shit. Yeah, that was like a former friend or something. Like they had
Yeah,
a
and like her
bracelet.
dad as the butcher. Like, yeah, fucking cunt. She annoyed the shit out of me, dude. Like, and that's what I wanted. Like, instead of her waving as she saw them in the back of this dude's van, just give him a nice bird. Yeah, good luck. Thanks for that fucking towel, dude. Fuck these
It
people.
would have been a totally different movie at that point. But yeah, just those subtle moments, like the killer's like, do I go back and get her? What do I do here? But the fact that he chose to just drop the towel for her, I thought, like, oh man, there's some great acting moments in here where nobody's saying a goddamn word. But it's
Dude,
just
the fishnet. Had I seen that, I don't hit women, but I probably would have hit this bitch. You're fucking. What are you doing? Knock that shit off.
Yeah, I was. It's effective when you do the bullying stuff right. Like I was like, pull them in the fucking water and just fucking drown them. They attacked you. You have your excuse now.
Ben Grimm just asked, American Horror Story NYC starts Friday, I think. I think it starts today. Today's the 19th? You're muted, Todd.
I know it's this week.
Today's 19th? Yes, today then. Still muted, Todd.
Yes, I was confirming. That's what I was looking up when you guys were talking. Yeah, because I saw Ben's comment. Yeah, it's tonight.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I
hope it's a
actually
9/11 story. If it's in New York City, come on.
Could be. I'm gonna try and get Chucky in before I leave. I'm gonna try and pack up and get to bed. So because I've got a long drive tomorrow. But
you're driving? You're not flying?
No, driving.
I thought you were hitchhiking.
It's only 6 hours, but I don't know how traffic works out. But we'll see. Yeah, no, I love Piggy. That's definitely probably, I don't want to say sure thing, but probably a sure thing.
Yeah.
And the movie I was talking about that I didn't want to give away, Fat Girl. It's actually right now on HBO Max. So.
Oh, there you go.
It's really good.
There you go.
Not horror, but I think it's worth checking out.
Right.
More fat exploitation. You also have Fatso with Dom DeLuise, which I haven't watched since I was like 5 years old, but I don't even remember what the hook was. But yeah, fat exploitation. He was fat. He was fat. So
the greatest fat person in cinema history is Porky. Come on.
Yeah, that's a given, pretty much.
All right. Well, on that, are we out of spoilers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Ben Grimm says criminally insane.
Oh yes, that's a good one too.
So yes, guys, once again, just before we go over here to Patreon, you see me at Scarefest, say hi. I know a lot of you are going to be there, so yeah, say hello. I'm bringing a House of the Dead poster that I'm going to have people sign. Why, you may ask? Because it's the only way I'm going to ever put it up. Well, fuck you, Pugs. It's signed by people, and I don't know. I was just like, this might be funny and ironic, so people can write whatever they want on it. Yeah, that's what I'm bringing. We're going ironic.
Can we sign it?
Well, yeah, but you're not going to be at Spearfest. I mean,
I know, but
I'm going to bring it the next time I see you guys. Yes,
okay.
I will refuse to sign it.
I'll sign it for you, Todd. You'll like what I write.
What a fucking diva. All right, Todd's holding on.
You don't sign for free.
I charge
extra $50 for the photo op. So, all right. Well, on that note, yeah, I believe that's everything. Patreon.com/FleshWoundFeatures. It all starts at just $1, and you help support the channel. And if you missed any episodes, which you probably have, unless you really ride or die, because we've had episodes every day in October. We'll have to do a count at the end of October, but listen to the 2 interviews from yesterday for sure. All our /tobers, catch up on that because that's heating up. The interviews were really good. we'll definitely have to have the Gear Brothers back because I thought they were cool. And
As fuck.
yeah, and Munch. Maybe we get
And
Munch on
fucking
for
Munch.
commentary.
You're not allowed on those shows. It's you're not on the pitch shows now and the mud shows.
Man. All right. Well,
Well,
on that
Dan,
note,
we hope you have a good time at. I keep saying Screamfest, but it's
Scarefest.
I hope we have a good time at Scarefest. Give everyone our best, and be on your best fucking behavior. You do represent Flesh Wound.
I'm repping. No.
No, you're not. You didn't get a shirt in time.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, go ahead, go wild. Don't you roll your fucking eyes. That's our merchandise, you cunt. Have a good time, Dan.
Well, thank you. God damn. Let's leave it at that. All right,
Could have had
guys.
a better time with the shirt.
We'll see you over on Patreon
For about 5 minutes.
in about 5 minutes. All right.
Mr. Todd,
Good evening.
Mr. Kruger.
Happy Halloween, motherfuckers.
I'll see you in Disneyland.